Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. Thanks for celebrating it with us tonight. I'm Adam Cellini. Topping our news, the Manatee County Fire Department responding to a 2-alarm fire today that spread out across multiple buildings. It happened around 2 this afternoon near 15th Street and 57th Avenue East in Bradenton. Smoke spreading nearly a mile as crews worked to contain the flames that had engulfed abandoned buildings. Officials believe these buildings were being used by squatters.
We had to put probably several lines into play, probably 3 or 4 or 5, just to get a handle on it to stop it from stretching, spreading off to the south and to the east and west. It was quite a battle.
At this time, no fatalities or injuries have been reported, and the fire has since been contained. An armed robbery in Bradenton has deputies looking for 4 suspects after 2 men say they were ambushed getting out of their car. It happened at 7:30 last night on 13th Street East in front of the victim's home. 4 unidentified men rushed the 2 out of their car, pointing guns at them before allegedly hitting them and taking their belongings, then running from the scene. The 2 men were taken to the hospital to treat their injuries. If you have any information on this incident, you are asked to call the Manatee County Sheriff's Office or Crime Stoppers at the number listed on your screen. Well, it seems like each year the holiday displays become more and more elaborate, each one with its own unique story. ABC 7's Kate Flexter has one of those stories for us now on this Christmas Eve.
There are a lot of impressive displays to check out all around the Suncoast, but for the man behind these lights, this is a bit of a passion project.
90,000 lights and 4 miles of wire.
It just comes together.
At 74, Chuck Pearson is all about the details.
I guess it depends on whether you're talking about Christmas lights or keeping a neat desk.
At least when it comes to Christmas lights.
If there happens to be some lights that aren't programmed right, then it just sticks out like a sore thumb.
His fascination with lights started as a young boy when he visited Wanamaker's department store in Philadelphia and saw the display advertised as the tree with a million lights.
As a child, I'd never seen anything like that before, and it looked to me not terribly complicated.
He began tinkering with his family Christmas tree, and years later designing his own display, first at his home and eventually at Grace Baptist Church. That's where it became a bit of a neighborhood fixture.
I was dumbfounded.
And it's really pretty and how much work they put into it.
This is the 3rd year in a row that I've been out for it, and actually the 3rd time in 3 weeks that we've been out.
Just as regular as the guests is his band of loyal volunteers. Chuck has been bound to a wheelchair for 48 years.
Of course, we're his hands and legs, and he keeps us going. He can move in that wheelchair faster than we can walk.
They may be his hands and legs, but he's the eyes and vision. And while the glow of the lights is enchanting, for him it's all about a different kind of glow.
Well, that's what it's all about, and it brings joy. The whole meaning of the season is the joy at this time of the year.
These lights run through Christmas Day, but for a full list of other displays to check out in the area, visit mysuncoast.com. For now in Sarasota, Kate Flexter, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, thank you, Kate. And if you can believe it or not, that display actually used to be even larger with 450,000 lights. They've kept the tradition going for the last 20 years. Well, it's Christmas Eve, but it certainly doesn't feel like it outside. Let's head over to Wendy Ross for a first check on our weather. Wendy?
Well, this afternoon we had a couple of showers that actually sprinkled the area, nothing too much, and certainly no one has to worry about snow tonight, not with a temperature reading of 74 degrees right now. We do have some cloud cover around. We are looking at the humidity at 73%, and the winds are coming in out of the north. They're just not a cold wind right now. So what we're looking at are a couple of showers that are still dotting the area, nothing concentrated at this point, and you may have had a passing shower come on through, and we could see them continuing throughout the nighttime, but these are just going to be light showers coming on in, stray showers here and there. That's going to be about it. For the rest of tonight, expect to see mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures are going to be dropping down to about 70 degrees, so it's not going to be too awful. We'll let you know how the rest of the weekend is shaping up. That's coming up in just a minute. Adam?
All right, thank you, Wendy. Today also marks the first day of Hanukkah, and those celebrating locally have a few traditions of their own for the 8-day celebration, getting together with family and friends while enjoying seasonal dishes and games.
We go to the store, we buy a 5-pound bag of potatoes and make latkes. Those are like little potato pancakes every year for Hanukkah. And then when my son was young, we used to play dreidel. Now he's 15, so we've kind of lost that tradition. But we light a candle every night. There's 8 nights of presents, and so he's a very lucky boy.
And Hanukkah ends on January 1st. And for those celebrating Christmas tonight is obviously the night for Santa Claus. Families around the Suncoast making last-minute preparations and celebrating their own Christmas traditions. We spoke with a few people preparing about what exactly their specific traditions may be.
Typically we do service on Sunday.
Like go down to like Lakewood Ranch Cinemas and go see a movie, usually at some point.
We do make cookies. My wife is a very big baker. She loves baking cookies, huh? Yeah.
We look at all the Christmas lights, Christmas Eve, and then we make Christmas cookies with all the family.
Traditions in the Cellini home mostly revolve around food. Grandma Cellini's pastel cookies are right near the top of that list, along with Mom's sauce recipe, and we've got a batch of that waiting for us after the show tonight. And if your holiday tradition includes checking out the Christmas lights, you are going to want to pay attention to this list of must-see displays around the area. Our must-see neighborhood light displays include the Colonial Gables and Lake Sarasota neighborhoods on Bee Ridge Road, along with new developments along Tuttle and Dr. Martin Luther King Way. And once again, for an even longer list of light displays, check out our website, mysuncoast.com. Those of you who need to do some last-minute holiday shopping, Target will be open until 11 o'clock tonight. The store seeing an influx of traffic over the holiday season, which they credit to the extra weekend this December for shopping. We spoke with a team leader over at Target about what the hot new toys of the season were this year and what was flying off the shelves the fastest.
This year, Hatchimals has been definitely hands down our hottest toy item, and then our Nintendo Classic for electronics has been hands down the hottest item to try to get a hold of as well. Those have been definitely the hottest items we have here at Target.
The store will not be open on Christmas and will reopen on Monday, December 26th. Still to come here on ABC 7, following fears of terror attacks over the holidays, the U.S. issues a warning to churchgoers, plus how the St. Pete community is divided over the cost to build a new pier. These stories and more when we return.
You're going to need me. You're going to need us. All of us. You're going to need our help with your water, your air, your food. You're going to need our determination, our compassion. You're going to need the next generation of leaders to face the challenges the future will bring. And we promise we'll be there when you need us.
Monday on ABC 7 News at 7.
If you have a chance to have someone help you help yourself, that makes your quality of life go up. You know what I mean? You're starting to see that it's achievable.
A better quality of life and a chance to get off the street. Find out how the Salvation Army has helped hundreds find a home. I'm Alan Cohn. We'll speak with members of the coalition supporting the program.
Monday on ABC 7 News at 7. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you. On the next Black Almanac. Sunday morning at 7:30 on ABC 7.
Only Fiat gives you Italian engineering with a heavy dose of Suncoast style. So what are you waiting for? Hurry in for big savings during the Big Finish event going on now at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
Holiday scratch-offs are here, and oh, they make great surprises. Imagine the joy they will bring. With over $126 million in prizes, use them for a wreath or a place card for your feast. Attach them, scratch them, and let the magic happen. Holiday scratch-offs. The Florida Lottery has them. Just imagine.
An update now on the Berlin market crash on Monday where a truck plowed through a busy Christmas market. Tunisian police say they have arrested the nephew of Berlin Christmas market's attacker Anis Amri along with 2 others. They say all 3 men are suspected of belonging to a terrorist cell. The Tunisian prosecutor's office has ordered all 3 men held in pretrial detention pending further investigation. The ISIS has claimed responsibility for Monday's attack. Well, 300 Christians have been braving wind and rain today to attend Christmas Eve Mass in their hometown in northern Iraq after being displaced when the Islamic group ISIS seized the town of Bartella in August of 2014. The ceremony provides holiday cheer to the citizens, but are also a reminder of the wars still raging. Holiday terror warning. The new bulletin comes as millions of Americans plan to go to church this weekend. ISIS threatening religious sites across the country, and we're also learning more about what other places could be at risk. ABC's Gloria Rivera reports.
The country's top counter-terror teams announcing that ISIS is calling for supporters to target houses of worship across the U.S.
Even a person with no direct ties to a terrorist organization can still represent a threat to this country.
The FBI and Homeland Security have not identified any specific plot at the moment, but they are urging police to remain vigilant during this holiday season. On December 21st, ISIS published a link to a website containing the names and addresses of American churches and called on supporters to attack them.
Things have changed and we live in a different world, and you have to always be prepared.
Cities like New York and Boston have been on high alert since the deadly truck attack in Berlin last week, which targeted a Christmas market.
I'm sure that the police will be more in evidence and carefully monitoring.
The new alert points out that the link elicited more posts urging ISIS sympathizers to carry out so-called aspirational attacks in markets, hotels, coffee shops, and more. Not just in the U.S., but also Canada, France, and the Netherlands, reminiscent of the Berlin attack.
One of the most significant threats facing this country today comes from people who are inspired by terrorist ideologies but operate independent of a terrorist organization.
The Berlin driver Anis Amri died in a shootout with police in Milan Friday after several days on the run. Berlin officials say his smartphone, wallet, and ID were found in the truck. They also confirm Amri's connection to an ISIS recruiter. Gloria Rivera, ABC News, Washington.
U.S. counterterror officials caution ISIS supporters have released similar hit lists in the past, but none have resulted in a successful attack. President-elect Donald Trump says he plans to dissolve his controversial foundation. He says the Trump Foundation has done good work contributing money to veterans, law enforcement, and children, but Trump says he still wants to dissolve it to avoid even the appearance of a conflict of interest. The foundation has been criticized for reportedly funneling its money to settle legal disputes, and according to a recent tax filing, it admitted that it violated IRS rules by giving money to someone close to the organization. The foundation is currently under investigation by the New York State Attorney General. Well, some in the St. Pete community are grumbling about whether there is a need for a new pier after hearing about the rising costs of the plan. But St. Petersburg Mayor Rick Chrisman says the plan would cost the city $35 million not to build the replacement for the city's landmark pier, which was closed in 2013. Officials say that's because the city issued 2 series of bonds, one worth $40 million for the pier, the other $20 million for a beach approach. They say the bond money must be used for the plans for which they were intended. Not cheap, replacing one of those piers, Wendy. I know we got a few sitting around here in town, but it's a big undertaking to replace those.
It is huge, and it takes years for all of those things to finally get completed. So with whatever plan they decide, I just wish them well.
But they are nice to walk out on a nice day and enjoy the water and the sun. I mean, they get their money's worth.
I just have to tell everybody out there, because you don't know this, you can't smell how great it smells in this studio, because Mr. Cellini made some fabulous sauce.
He told you.
Oh my
It's a
gosh.
tradition.
Oh
Had to
my
have
gosh,
it around
it's
Christmas.
just so great. Thank you
No problem.
for imbuing
Don't thank me
our
yet.
atmosphere
You haven't
with
tasted it
wonderful
yet.
smells. Oh,
so you
well,
can't thank us yet.
it smells great. So it's going to taste even better. You just know it's true. Well, we've got warm weather. It's not pasta weather. It's not anything. I mean, if it were chilled pasta, maybe that would be better. But we are looking at temperatures that hit a record once again. This is a tied for a record for 85 degrees for today. You can see back in 2012, we had on this date a temperature reading of 85 degrees. It was, however, 27 degrees back in 1989, and we are a far cry from that. So we're looking at our temperatures right now, mostly in the 70s, 74 degrees for us. Our humidity is moving up. The dew point is as well. We've had a couple of showers around, but we are looking at partly cloudy skies for the most part right now. Over the northern part of the state, we've got the coolest temperatures. Central, South Florida, all pretty much reporting the same thing. And you can see where some of the rain showers have fallen, especially over the central part of the state. That's where they've been emanating, and then they've been moving off towards the west. It's a little cooler at the waterway, as you can see, Longboat Key, Siesta Key in the low 70s right now, and the rest of us are falling in the mid to upper 70s. And we do have rain showers around. They're affecting central Florida for the most part, and they're coming at us from the east coast and moving over towards the west coast. So we're just getting some scattered showers. You may or may not get them for tonight. We are seeing that these are kind of on their way out, but they are moving off towards the west, and many places are not seeing any wet weather at this time. So warm temperatures for tonight. Those mild temperatures will be with us once again, and that continues through tomorrow because the cold front is stuck to our north. So it's not going to be coming down here, and as a result, we're going to see some continued warm weather across the region. Near record highs are expected once again tomorrow, and we've got low rain chances as well. So the showers that are coming in, very spotty, just hit and miss kind of things, and we could see that developing again tomorrow afternoon. So cooler weather is on the way, but we've got to wait for it. It's not going to happen anytime soon. Certainly not for this beginning part of the work week, certainly not for the weekend. So over the next 24-hour period, we'll see some rain showers developing once again on the east coast. Everything tracking to the west coast. Hit or miss kind of activity is what we can expect. The rain chances will stay low in our forecast. All the cold weather is well up north. We really are a nation divided with temperatures in the 70s across the southeastern part of the country. And this is what it's going to look like on Sunday and Monday. Temperature highs in the mid-80s, and then the cooler weather comes in just in time for next weekend. Adam?
Now, sports.
Well, it was a heavy Saturday of NFL action on a holiday weekend. We start with Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers had a 5-game winning streak snapped last week in Dallas. That 5th win was against division rival New Orleans, who will get a shot at revenge tonight on their home turf. First quarter, the Saints striking first. It's Mark Ingram taking the inside handoff 6 yards and in to put New Orleans up 7-0 early. Then in the second quarter, the Bucs are in the red zone. Winston firing a quick hitter to tight end Cameron Brate, who fights 3 more yards for the touchdown. What a breakout year for Brate, really become a second threat for them on offense. Before the half, Breeze on play action, finding Brandon Cooks along the sideline for a pickup of about 13. It sets up a go-ahead field goal before heading into the locker room. It is currently actually 31-21. The Saints just kicked a field goal here in the fourth quarter. Your score, 31-21. And in Buffalo, the Miami Dolphins trying to hang on to that wild card playoff spot. Quarterback Matt Moore coming off a career game last week, getting a little help from Devontae Parker. 51 yards after the catch, puts the Dolphins up 2 touchdowns in the third. But the Bills come all the way back, and Tyrod Taylor, putting Buffalo on top with less than 2 minutes to go, hits Charles Clay for the score, and the Finns would get a field goal to send this one to overtime. In overtime, Dan Carpenter from 45 yards out, wide right. Miami driving the ball the other way, and Andrew Franks hits the 27-yard chip shot to win this one in overtime for Miami, 34-31, your final. Well, a Christmas miracle in Cleveland today. The Browns picking up their first win in 376 days. That's more than a year. After an 0-16 start to the season, the Browns defeating San Diego 20-17 in front of their home crowd today. The victory preserved by a blocked field goal with 4 minutes to go in the game. To put this drought in perspective, 2 Star Wars movies have been released since the Browns last won a game. And it was a scary moment last night for one NFL team, the plane carrying the Minnesota Vikings to their game against the Packers today, sliding off of the runway at Appleton International Airport in Wisconsin. The team's official Twitter account reporting that while taxiing after a safe landing, the plane slid off the runway and got stuck in the grass. Players had to wait hours to finally get off the aircraft via a platform truck. Players did seem to be in okay spirits, though, on their way off the plane.
I'm getting on. Let's go. Here we go. Get skinny.
A team spokesperson says no one was injured in the incident. The Vikings were not so lucky on the field. They lost to Green Bay by nearly 20 points today. More to come here on ABC 7. Stay with us.
Monday at 5 on ABC 7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Hello, I'm Jacqueline Matter.
And I'm Don Brennan. If you have some time off, you may be thinking of hitting the beach to soak up some rays, but it's proven to be more hazardous to your health.
We'll show you why Monday on Good Morning Suncoast. John?
Abnormally warm weather continues here on the Suncoast. We'll let you know when that will break and if there's colder air on the horizon.
Monday at 5 on ABC 7's Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
It's been an emotional time politically and socially this year.
But during a season when hearts are a little more open to love, we want to talk about good things to believe in.
We believe in teamwork and building trust.
We believe every cloud has a silver lining.
We believe in treating everyone with respect.
We believe in community involvement.
We believe every person has a story.
We hope you believe too.
Happy holidays from ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
At ABC 7, it's all about being here for you. ABC 7 News at 7 with award-winning investigative journalist Alan Cohn. In-depth reporting and debate on important issues and stories in our community with a featured topic of the day and a live roundtable discussion with community leaders and newsmakers. Plus a quick recap of the day's top stories and weather. ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights. Now more than ever, we're here for you, Suncoast.
You might feel like there's too many problems in the world, or that, you as a 15-year-old, 16-year-old can't really make a difference.
It's not always about you. It's not just one person. It's a group. It's a team.
Just that simple act is transforming someone else's life.
It's one of the best feelings in the world.
It'll just make you feel so good about yourself.
I'd do anything to convince you just to be a part of this.
The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC 7. We're here for you.
Hey, I'm really glad that you're taking a few moments to check out this video about the ministry of First Sarasota, Downtown Baptist Church. I'm William Hill, lead pastor here at First Sarasota. For the last 15 years, it's been my privilege to share in the life of this faith community, a community that centers itself around faith, friends, and family. Indeed, it is a ministry that's been in existence right here in this wonderful city for over a century.
The year is winding down, and that means big savings for you during the Big Finish event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Come shop the area's largest selection of new Jeep Grand Cherokees, or save big on a brand new 2017 Jeep Patriot. Stop by today and drive away in a new Jeep Compass for just $14,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Carrie Fisher's brother says the Star Wars actress is receiving treatment in an intensive care unit today after suffering a medical emergency on Friday. Details about her condition or what caused this medical emergency are still unknown. 60-year-old Fisher experienced medical trouble during a flight from London and was treated by paramedics immediately after the plane landed in Los Angeles. The pioneering water park Wet n Wild in Orlando is closing after nearly 40 years of splashes. The park opened in 1977 and is now owned by Universal Studios. The park is closing the last day of this year on December 31st to make way for Universal's new water park, Volcano Bay. 250 Wet n Wild employees will transfer to other parts of Universal. The National Park Service is finishing the year in monumental fashion. The United States Botanic Gardens in Washington, D.C. is celebrating the holidays and Park Service by featuring recreations of notable parks and monuments made entirely from plant materials in their annual holiday train show. The mission of the gardens to teach people about the importance of plants and show people their aesthetic beauty. Well done. And today, a very special Carolina Panthers fan got quite the gift. One day before Christmas, Solomon Fletcher given the game ball during the Panthers-Falcons game, but the real gift was his father, David Fletcher, who emerged from Santa's sleigh. David is a petty officer, 3rd class in the U.S. Navy, and he has been away from home for 6 months serving our country. A Merry Christmas to both of them.
Oh, those kind of stories always put tears in my eyes when you
time.
see children
Every
coming
time.
together with mom or dad.
You can't help it. And you know, these
so
veterans
lovely.
coming back, it's so nice to see when they're reunited like that in grand fashion as well.
Absolutely.
All right, well, we'll see you guys later tonight.
It's been an emotional time politically and socially this year.
But during a season when hearts are a little more open to love, we want to talk about good things to believe in.
We believe in service and making a difference in others' lives.
We believe in hearing the other point of view.
We believe in being kind, no matter how busy the day is.
We believe in finding the laughter in every day.
We hope you believe too.
Happy holidays from ABC 7, your Suncoast News.